The book that I chose to do for the Classics of the Canon presentation was Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. She was an influential writer that was not only considered a novelist but a philosopher as well. She sought to make real her exalted view of man and of life, and her effort to show this reality of human life and what is possible of men, and also to provide a way of operating in life through her writings. She looked to philosophy. And the philosophy that she provided was not esoteric but was practical and really fueled the framework for her stories. The book Atlas Shrugged depicts a dystopian United States that is on the verge of economic collapse as government, with their laws and regulations, push down on the business public sector with what they're pushing. And our main character is Dagny Taggart, who's an executive at a public railroad company who's suffering this pressure just as anybody else. Some major themes in the book are Rand's philosophy of objectivism, which, as she describes, is the concept of man as a heroic being with his own happiness as the moral purpose of his life, with productive achievement as his noblest activity and reason as his only absolute. Another main theme in the book is the promotion of individualism over collectivism. This is further pushed by Rand's philosophy. When reading through the book, collectivism is shunned and individualism is promoted as the way to orient oneself through life and the way to live. As she says, individualism is the way that we come up with more innovation because that is the way that we push ourselves, and collectivism holds us back. On the same note, the novel also promotes self-interest as a moral good. Another main theme in the book is that of free will, as these individuals are pushed through many environments and many decisions that will define their character and impact their society. In terms of the novel's impact on culture, it is not just that it has had an impact, but it's intertwined itself within our culture. Especially in today's world, we can see Rand's ideas of objectivism in the people that we interact with on a daily basis. More and more every single day, we see people that are focused on what they can accomplish, what they can do to make their lives better, over the good of the collective. And that is why I said earlier that it was not a metaphysical philosophy, but it was something that was practical and was meant to be a way of orienting one's life. The other way that we can see the impact that Rand has had is we can look at politics across the world, especially in America. Her book was seen as a cornerstone of pro-liberty writings and a way of operating in politics, especially with her views on capitalism and unrestricted capitalism. And it is something that has intertwined itself within our daily lives. A few authors and their literary works that were inspired by Rand's influential piece were Terry Goodkind, the author of The Sword of Truth, and he was inspired by Rand's take on the struggle and moral choices as well as her objectivism philosophy. He states in an interview that he sees Rand as the greatest thinker since Aristotle. Another author, the writer of the Hunter series that was influenced by Rand, was Robert Bidinotto, who even wrote a compendium attributing Rand as the influence for his works.